This is Nate with Operational Support Team with an episode about performance enhancement training. So what I'm covering today is the difference between high intensity shuttle training and if it is more effective or less effective at aerobic enhancement when you compare it to long, slow training. So if you take the PFT, for example, you have the mile and a half, which is tried and true Air Force standard, and you have the new kid on the block, which is the hammer test. So I found a research study out of Australia that covered police cadets, the incoming cadets that were going in for the training, 18 weeks of training. And it was a sample size of above 1,000 cadets, both male and female, and they separated them into two categories. They had one that was going to do the hammer test. It was a 20-meter shuttle, and then one that was going to do a mile and a half standard, or 2.4 kilometers, roughly. That's what we're equating it to. And that there was a significant increase in aerobic ability and aerobic activity with the shuttle versus the long, slow duration. And that there was actually less of a difference, and that it was a closer test, so more accurate test between male and female. So the discrepancies were smaller in the shuttle test for male and female than it was for the long, slow duration. So it would be a more accurate test to be unified between male and female, and it was going to increase the participants' aerobic activity. So when we're looking at best bang for buck, the hammer test or the shuttle test should be preferential if you don't have orthopedic injuries. So if you have not prepped for the hammer test, definitely need to get used to starting and stopping. It can and will come up and bite you, but there are lots of resources in order to be able to pursue for that. So the hammer test should be the gold standard moving forward, and then the mile and a half should be option B, and then the walk test should be option C. So if this study that came out in 2020 yielded excellent results with less effort and less time for all participants, it would only make sense that we start training in that manner as well. Because whether you're police or fire or EOD or whatever, all military members are first responders, and that in the event of an emergency, you're going to have to move fast, decelerate, and accelerate in the opposite direction in order to deal with whatever you have to deal with. So I will provide all of the corroborating evidence in the notes where you guys can go look up the abstract yourself. I'm not sure if you have full access, but at least you have access to the author and then where this information came from. Once again, this is Nate with Operational Support Team. Gave you about 3 minutes of justification of why you should be moving fast. All right, have a good one.